doggy.
Dog.
Hello, doggy.
Oh boy, look at this.
Hello.
Oh.
How are you?
Who's that?
How are you?
How's Brad?
You and I think Brad and your sister are very bright, Buzz. So when Judy suggested that Brad do my part in the read-through, you were skeptical. Turns out this time, stupid was right, as the audience will see in the following.
Well, why don't you be Alex and Judy, Judy?
Or, Brad, you could be Alex.
I'll be Alex.
No. I'm
Wow, Buzz.
Okay.
Very good idea, Buzz. Well, so let me look at the script.
Because we need different voices.
Yeah. Where's the script, Buzz? Of course, you need to film while we're reading the script.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You have a printer, dude?
No way. I'm going to...
Oh, you're not a paper guy. That's right.
No,
okay.
I can't. We've wasted a lot of time here, and we don't even know if it's going to work.
But we will once we get started on it.
So, Buzz, what recommendation?
Never ever get started on it.
Okay, there you
Buzz,
go. On it and open it up.
would you do that?
Yeah.
This one or that one?
Either one.
No.
Hi, Hyun.
Come here, Hyun. Wait a minute. You have to stand right here because that camera is on.
Oh, okay.
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 Okay. Wait a minute. Let's do this.
Okay.
And then we go this.
You just paused yourself. I can't.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. So, stand by for this.
Yeah, well, let's see the camera too while we're doing it. You have a big screen. Yeah, there we go.
Hi, Hyun.
Hello, Julia.
So, while you're working on that, here's a suggestion. Have Alex read his parts.
Here we go.
And then I can insert my answers to his questions.
Here goes. So I'm going to interpret Alex. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me what you know about this patient. I understand you want to talk about this stroke survivor with your colleagues.
Yes, I would. I'm a neuroscience nurse practitioner who has worked with stroke patients and their families for many years. And then I can provide more background.
Right. I know this person well. How can I help?
Well, you can start by giving me the details of his stroke. I have reviewed his medical record and understand that on August 1st of 2013, at the age of 66, he presented to a local emergency room after a sudden onset of inability to speak and right-sided weakness. He was found to have a middle cerebral artery infarction. What was unique about this particular case?
Well, what's interesting is what happened since his stroke. Most aphakic stroke victims experience varying degrees of recovery with the aid of various therapies. But I would characterize this patient's recovery as more of a phenomenal transformation from his before stroke self to his after stroke self. Most children are created by nature, but this patient was
Spit it out.
Consumed by his childhood imagination more than most. It was a dangerous and rocky road for him.
Yes, I can appreciate that imagination can be positive but also negative, the yin and yang, if you will. It can be very productive at times and yet self-defeating at others, and sometimes not much in between. Sounds like this person had a difficult time managing the demons of his negative imagination while being captivated by his creative insights. And I see that he had other health issues as well, such as depression, some suicide attempts, drug and alcohol abuse, hypertension, obesity, a heart attack at age 45 that resulted in a 4-vessel bypass graft, unheeded transient ischemic attacks over the next few years.
Yes, his social history is interesting too, because of his expansive and creative imagination. he did some unique things in his childhood. His father was accomplished ophthalmologist, and though alcoholic, he was high functioning and had an interest in electronics. And his son became enthused as well. He, this patient, created and ran his own and all that farble. Um, but he never had a passion for school and dropped out of college in the first year.
Mm-hmm.
But his imagination kept going strong. He was a radio disc jockey for a time and enjoyed his ability to use his voice to communicate with a large audience. Then in his early 30s, he had an idea to develop a technology using the pattern of the retinal busway, those things, and a unique unique personal identification method. And so it's your turn.
Well, you know what? I don't see the second page on this thing, so why don't I?
But you get it's very
Short.
so
Back
anyway.
and forthy conversation-y.
Yeah. So Judy appears, but we don't know who she is except she knows neuroscience.
Uh-huh.
And the off-screen voice is Alex.
Uh-huh.
That's how it starts up.
Sounds like a good intro.
Yeah.
You're piquing my curiosity.
Yeah. So that is exactly what we want to do because we want to keep the suspense updating throughout the story.
Right. Because the viewer is like trying to put more and more pieces together as you move through it.
It will necessitate on the audience's part a second run through to flush out more detail because we're going to pack it in here with keeping the suspense up, but not wanting to force people to assimilate all of it at once.
Right.
Right?
What do you think the next section should be then?
What was the protagonist's experience through this sort of world-class thing that was a result of the manifestation of his interest in making new with technology, namely the identifier. How it was important then, and imply that it is important now. Then between Act 2 and Act 3, there's more details about an aphasic stroke and the result of what I call the new brain, which has to reconnect in my head so that I'm not afraid to go to the very dark places in my mind. Then I realize how remarkable this story is to me and realize that it is generically a good story for most people who realize more of what life is about. That it's a continuous process, and sometimes there's a crisis, and then the brain adapts, and you find mission, and that is why I want to tell my story.
Well, I can see why what you just said follows after this. I don't see how the identify segues from what we have here as an introduction.
Right. So we're going to work on this. But
Okay.
yeah, so please give your notes, Brad,
I just
as we
did.
go. I know, and that's what we're doing.
Okay, cool.
But continue to do that as this morphs into something more presentable to a wider audience.
Yeah. Super. Hey, dude, I got to visit my mom.
Okay.
Hey, dude.
Okay, we're out of
Good
there.
to see you, Judy.
Say
Good to
hi
see
to
you,
your
Brad.
mom
I'll
and
do
Glory and Betty.
Yes.
That's the cat.
And Ollie is the dog.
And the Ollie is
Very
the dog.
important. The dog's
The-
very important.
Yeah, well, I included that because Luna is listening. Now you're just right there. Oh, look at this. Okay.
Okay. All right. Y'all keep it going now. I'll see ya.
Bye.
There's a
Bye, Judy.
lot of editing to do because we fumbled around a lot. But it's all done.
Well, but Buzz, I think the next thing for you to do is to have Alex say the parts that are his in that dialogue. And if you can create a gap where I can then reply and then record it.
Luna, come here. Yes, yes. So
That would be the next thing. And then we can hear it all together. And yeah, so you can actually, since I've already said my piece, you can have Alex substitute for what you said, right? And you can edit that.
yeah, but the whole thing is.
We will see what Jude has suggested and more.
And so, let's go from there.
Yeah.